Hello and welcome to my transportation room design. The design I went with was 50 feet by 80 feet to satisfy our 4,000 foot requirement. This would be the main doors where you enter in from the hall and enter into the classroom learning space. Also out here on the outside, we have our red fire escape door, which we'll see more once we enter. We have a large, oversized garage door. It's been a big pet peeve of mine of the schools I've seen and the shops I've been at is when they run a residential sized garage door. Um, it's makes life a lot harder than it needs to be. So an oversized door goes a long way. This is more of a traditional sized door for the smaller hoist. Over here, SketchUp's getting upset with me. This is chain link. So inside here we go. Inside here we have our waste oil storage, waste coolant storage, oil filter, used oil filters, and used oil containers so they can be picked up and recycled at the appropriate locations. Also out here we have a hose hookup so we can wash cars outside without having to run a hose out the door. And starting up here, we have our classroom spaces below with storage above. I found this was a great way to maximize our 4,000 foot footprint. So adding additional storage up here, we have just containers on rolling racks here so they can move around. So you have your bolts, washers, other hardware, wheel weights, and whatnot. We have some more storage bins up here for tools. I tried adding in other storage bins and storage racks, but it got really slow and laggy, so I just I removed those for the sake of this video without it being too choppy. Over here we have, there we go. For whatever reason, this was mirrored onto this side, and there's functional doors, and they have not survived my last save session, and they don't want to come back for whatever reason. So this is over here with doors, so it can be locked out, so students can be in the traditional classroom space should there be a supply, or they have to use the room for another purpose without having to worry about safety out in the shop space. While we're here, we have a cluster of workbenches so students can do teardowns on transmissions or project engines or whatever else they're working on out here with a good working area. Inside the classroom, there is 24 seats for the 24 students in Simcoe County. The max capacity is 24 students for a senior tech class, so that's what I built this for. See if I can get through this window that there we go, stuck in. Also over here, when we walk in, there is our cubby space, so students can keep their bags and coats off of the desks. I like using big desks so students can use the space here to work. So they can build projects, tear down small engines and whatnot right here inside the classroom space. So keeping valuables away from that is pretty important, I'd say. Over here we have our recycling and waste. Over here we have first aid, emergency power shutoff, phone, electrical box. We have fire extinguisher with fire alarm integrated. Big double doors to enter. I like this too, so in case you have to ever move equipment from one room to another. Both these doors will swing open and things can move easily. Teacher space here with computer. There is a projector. We're stuck in a window again. My apologies. Projector is right up here. And then while we're over here, we can see We have some storage space as well as 3 desktops and the printer. I like having the printer integrated in the classroom because um, if you have to print off a work order or whatnot, you don't have to send a student on a quest with your keys for them to go have an adventure in the halls, and kind of keep everything in-house. Drill press, some standard issue shop equipment, and we're stuck in somewhere we don't want to be. My apologies. Okay, so over here, red hoist is standard size 2-post hoist, as we see a conventional S10 size pickup truck with a regular door. Air lines over here. We have our motorcycle ATV power sports hoist, which is quite handy, so you don't have to lay on the floor. Over here is Big Blue, which is going to be a oversized truck hoist to suit our oversized door. So this way you can take a full-size pickup truck or SUV into the shop, and you can lift it up, all the way up, and there's no concerns of hitting your head on the arms of the hoist or on the vehicle while you're working on it. So that's why I went for the big hoist over there. On this side, we also have toolboxes with work surface on top. Toolboxes are on casters, so they can be rolled out of the way should there be a spill or it's time to do some shop cleanup. Next there, we have our MIG welders, pretty standard issue. We have tire machine and balancer, which are staples for transportation shops. Also out here, we have our regular wash sink with eye wash station, paper towel, and our waste bin. Paper towel seems to work a lot better in a shop than the electric hand dryers, so that's why I went with that. And we'll give it another spin here. Oh boy. In the corner, we have a large wash sink, which I always find the bigger you can fit inside the shop, you're gonna end up using it to its full capacity anyway. So I went for a larger sink. It's nicer. You can have a bucket in there to get ready to wash a car or wash your hands or whatever you need. Bigger just seems to always be better in the shop space. We have our flammable cabinet with a storage rack here. And then at our fire exit, we have fire extinguisher, fire alarm separate, and emergency power shutoff. Both doors are electric with push button, so you don't have to worry about students operating a chain fall style garage door. Let's see, make sure I'm not missing anything here. Another air line. I really like the retractable air lines. Keeps everything up off the floor. It's easy to clean, and it's nothing left over for students to trip over. And I think that is going to conclude. Oh, also the windows over here. When I was on placement at Banting, they had these huge glass windows above, and they let in tons of extra light, which really helps brighten up the shop space, to the point where in the summer I didn't even turn the lights on in the shop because it made no difference. It was so bright in there. So I think having the natural light helps brighten up the space, as well as having the windows kind of nice, keeps you cheery. So I would say that should touch upon everything we're after for our tour. Thank you.